welcome to Coastal Crafts. So it is the second week of the Christmas collab, hosted by Crafty Michelle. So go and check out Crafty Michelle's channel and go and check out all the other channels in the collab. All the links are below, so you can just click on them. It takes you to their channel. You can look at their Christmas one. You can go and look at all their videos and of course subscribe to them. But I'm working on a little project. I thought I would kind of try and do it with you today. And I wanted to make up a little Christmas frame to hang up at Christmas time, surprisingly. So I've picked up this Capsule Elements wood paper pad, and these were the ones that were going for like £1, £1.99 in Home Bargains. But I found out, which I didn't realise initially, that it is 36 pieces of 36 individual designs. So there are no replicas, which, you know, I do like to have 2 sheets of each one. So I was there thinking, how am I going to cut enough pieces to make my frame? But I have managed to just about fit it out of one piece. So I will show you what is going on. So I've just cut my 4 pieces to make my frame. Let's just pop them out. So going through the Gemini, you don't get any issues with things not cutting because it cuts so fine. So I picked up this die a while ago and I really love it. I've used it quite a few times. It's a Moonstone, what do they call it? Frame creation. So it creates a frame. And I know a lot of companies have come out with frames and they come out with them in all sorts of different sizes. But actually you don't need them in different sizes because if you want it smaller, you just chop off the bottom. You see what I mean? If I want a smaller one, I just chop off the same amount from each one. So do bear that in mind if you're buying frame dies, that you probably don't really need all the sizes, the biggest one, and then cut it down. So I'm just using the frame. It comes with all these fancy pieces, but as I'm going for a Christmas thing, I don't think I need to add any fancy pieces. What did I do with the 2 I'd already cut on them? Oh yeah. So these ones I've made up. These ones just need to be folded. So this one is going to have the grain running in the other direction. It might have that one on the top and that one in the side. So what you do is you fold along all of the score lines. This is quite a thin paper. Did they tell you what it is? 160 GSM. So it's not going to make a really tough frame. Like quite often I'll make it with the Hunky Dory Adorable Scoreable, which is like 300 GSM. And then you get a really sturdy frame. But because I wanted the wood effect, I was determined. But the good thing about this is you don't need to use a paper folder. If you've got nails, just go whoop. Whereas with Adorable Scoreable, you probably wouldn't need to use a paper folder. But you know what I mean by paper folder. Paper scorer, whatever they're called. And then you need to get it right, don't you? So I'm pretty sure. And it goes that way round. Yeah, and then you need to stick it. So we need something to stick it with. Look, my tape's all covered in fluff. And don't worry, this isn't going to be a live video. I will pause it in between so you don't have to watch me doing everything, as I know it can get a bit tiresome. Me chattering away. It's like with the kids at school, they're like, oh, we know how to do it now, miss. Until you give them a task and they're like, oh, actually, I don't know how to do it. Right, then you fold it over, match it up. Why am I finding this so fiddly? I'll tell you why. It's because whenever you've got a camera on, the way I film is I look down through the camera, and then of course my visibility is not so good. I can't see what I'm doing properly. I don't have to look down through the camera. I just do. Have I done that the right way? Yeah. So then they're all going to slot together. So I'll just glue them up and we shall slot them together. So as you can see, I've got all 4 pieces and I've decided that this is the way I want to slot them together. I quite like that knot at the top. I decided to open up. So I've opened up this Premier Craft Tools construction glue, the Hunky Dory construction glue. I've not used this before, but I am a fan of Hunky Dory. So let's give it a go. Oh, hello. Really comes out. You have to cut the top off and then it comes out like anything. Right, that's fine. We'll just rub a bit of glue on there. So it just slides in like that. And then I'm assuming that the glue is going to be good enough to hold it. I have no reason to believe otherwise. How exciting, first time using the glue. Right, and then we're just going to add the fourth and final piece down the bottom. So put a bit of blob of glue there. Can you see this? Yeah, a little blob of glue here. Little blob of glue here. And where did the last one go? Here. I don't think it says tacky glue, so it might take a little bit longer. But as I say, I'm not going to make you sit through it. Blah, blah, blah. Right, in we go. I really like that already. I just like the wooden frame. I think it's quite, what do they call that? Rustic Christmas? No, I can't think. Farmhouse Christmas? Who knows? And it's wobbling about, but I will come back once that's dry and give you my opinion on that glue. It's definitely not a quick holding glue, but that's fine. So whilst I'm waiting for that to glue, I've cut an 8x8 piece of the card in one of the different designs. This is obviously a birch tree. I love birch trees. Gorgeous, isn't it, with the bark effect? And I've also got a load of die cut shapes here because we're going to make a little Christmas wreath in the middle. And this one is from, I picked this up, one of those ones that they sell off, from the Winter's Tale by Crafter's Companion. I mean, there's loads of different wreath dies out on the market. I know I got that one fairly cheap. So I've cut it in 3 different shades of green. So I just use that, you know, the little cardstock that you can buy, because that has some good ranges of colour. So we've got, yeah, 3 different ones. So I'm not sure how many pieces I've cut out, but I cut out quite a few, and I'm going to try and arrange them like a wreath. That's the idea. I just thought it would look pretty. Pretty in our living room. Come on, little thing. Oh, that one's not popped out. Right. Now, arranging them, of course, is going to be the finicky bit, isn't it? I've got to make sure it's in the middle, because obviously around the outside is where the frame is going to be. So we'll have a go at arranging it, and then I will come back and glue it. And I guess, I mean, how thick you want it to be would be up to you, wouldn't it? You could obviously cut a lot more pieces of this. Oh my God, it's going everywhere. But this is going to be glued down. But I think this is going to, I'm happy with the quantity that I've got. I feel that I have got enough. So it's going to look something like that. I'm going to glue it down, and then we're going to add maybe a little sentiment and a little bow, stick the frame on, and I'm going to be happy with that, I believe. I'll just show you that I'm having to do this standing up because Mr. Bailey's on my chair, aren't you, boy? Yeah. Yes, I've got to do it standing up now. What do you think? Okay, so here is my wreath, and I do like how that's coming out, but when I put the frame on, I realised I did a rubbish job of centering it, so I'm now going to have to trim some bits off. Fortunately, there is excess because it's going to be hidden behind the frame. So the frame's going to go about here now, and I'm going to have to trim these extra bits off. Otherwise, it would have been like that, which would have been lopsided, and I wouldn't have liked it. So I'm going to trim that, and I'm going to have a look for some ribbon and a little sentiment to add to our hanging wreath. What do you think? I've tried to keep these bits so they are a bit 3-dimensional, and I stuck them down, not using that craft construction glue because I'm on the fence about that, but just my little bottle. I've gone back to a little bottle with some Yoo-hoo in it. I still like that tonic glue that I was using, but this is good for having the fine point. Right, okay, so we've added the ribbon on, and I'm happy with that. I've also added a little bit to hang it up. So this die comes with that moonstone die, and you fold it over and stick it on the back. So you could have it on the back so you can't see it. I'm going to have it at the back at the top, I decided. And then you can hang that onto something to hang onto the wall, or wherever you should choose to hang it. That might need a bit of extra glue later on. And then I feel that I just need something in the middle. So I've been debating between my deer head, my Let It Snow. So I did have some Christmas images. And it's going to be all down to personal taste, isn't it? I sort of like the idea of the Let It Snow, but Let It Snow seems a bit random with a wreath, like it doesn't have any necessary meaning to it. So we might go for the deer head there. So I want to keep it fairly simple. So it's more like classy. That's the idea. I think we need to pop him up. So let's get some popping up bits. What have we got? And we shall stick some foam dots. Which size better? They're both the same, aren't they? Does not matter. Right. And then we're going to stick him down. And then I think I am happy with my frame. So when you're watching this, it should be Saturday, I should be camping. That's the plan. We're not going very far away. We're literally going like to another little town that's probably half an hour away, maybe, something like that. I'm just going for the night, going to maybe go out on the kayaks for a bit in the sea, have a few drinks with a couple of friends, and then come home the next day. So that's what I shall be doing whilst you're watching this. But there we go. I'm quite happy with my little Christmas frame. I definitely think I will hang that up. As to whether I attach a little sentiment, what do we think? Leave it in the comments. Should I add a Happy Christmas sentiment down the bottom? I actually quite like that. That may well go like that. Yeah, let me know what you've been crafting this week. Have you been doing some Christmas things for Christmas in July? Have you been doing any Christmas crafting at all? And I will hopefully try and stick some photos on at the end of some other Christmas projects I have been making. Thanks for watching the collab. Do check everyone else out, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye.